Governor?
Kevin, I'm good. Former governor of New Mexico.
Well, former governor,
yeah,
of course,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
So why don't you explain to us a little bit of what you're doing here at CPAC?
Well, really, over the last year, I've visited 32 states. I've probably addressed 450 groups. And if you're doing the math and thinking that's not possible, actually, that's just what has happened. But I'm trying to put a voice to what I think is the national outrage over us being bankrupt, us being the United States of America. I'm outraged over the fact that we continue to spend more money than what we take in. I really think that we might be on the verge of an imminent financial collapse unless we balance the budget tomorrow. And that means Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, and defense, for starters.
Well, that's just for starters. So what do you think of Ben Bernanke saying that the debt ceiling needs to be raised?
Well,
or that, you know, the financial collapse will come if we don't raise the debt ceiling.
I don't buy it. I think that the cuts that would first of all, when you talk about cuts, you could still meet your debt obligations, which is what he's talking about. That we wouldn't meet our debt obligations. Well, I understand that. I don't buy it. I think all the talk about raising the debt ceiling, we've heard this talk time over and over and over again, and the need to do things today that we're not going to have to deal with this tomorrow. Well, we keep doing it over and over and over again, and there are no real cuts that result from our continuing to raise the debt ceiling. So it's just all a bunch of, what is it, hot air? It's just a bunch of hot air.
Yes, it is a bunch of hot air. So you are on a campaign, obviously, to raise awareness about our spending problems, our fiscal problems. Do you have any other big issues that you're trying to raise going around the country and speaking to these different groups?
Well, the big issue is really, that is the big issue. The big issue is insolvency of the federal government. And I believe that everything that we do in government should be a cost-benefit analysis. What are we spending our money on, and what are we getting for the money that we're spending? It's completely out of control. It's to the point where we're not going to have a country tomorrow unless we address it.
What do you think of the idea, it's been raised by, you know, some small-time bloggers, that on your IRS receipt you get to see line by line what your federal taxes are paying for and what you're getting from the federal government?
Well, I think that's a great idea. I also think what's a great idea is do away with the federal withholding for income tax and make individuals actually have to make that contribution themselves. The difference being is that you would actually see the money flow into your bank account. I don't make $1,200 a month, I make $1,900 a month, and where's the $700 going? And I've seen it come into my account, and now I see it going back out. That would change things dramatically also.
The elimination of withholding?
Well, you'd still have to pay your taxes, but it wouldn't be your employer that would do the withholding. You would have to write the check. That would precipitate a big change in government spending.
Interesting. So are you going to be bringing this message to a wider audience in the coming months?
Well, the whole idea in what I'm doing is, the whole belief that I have is that Republicans are the only party that would be capable of getting us out of the mess that we're in. Now, that said, Republicans share in this responsibility of where we're at right now. We had control of both houses of Congress and the presidency, and we passed a prescription health care benefit for seniors, the largest entitlement ever passed at that time. That was Republicans. Republicans at that time ran up record deficits. That was Republicans. Today, it's just a whole lot worse, but let's face it, both parties can share in this responsibility. Why would Americans give Republicans back both houses of Congress and the presidency, given that they did that before and it didn't work out? Well, I think we need to grow the Republican Party. I think Americans in their wisdom may give Republicans this shot again, and hopefully Republicans will do what they should have done 10 years ago.
And do you think that your voice in particular is needed amongst kind of the chorus of current Republicans that are national figures?
If anyone else was saying what I'm saying, I wouldn't have a place here, I don't think. But nobody's saying the things that I'm saying, and I think they need to be said.
So, we have a Republican debate tentatively scheduled for May. Are you going to be there? I
would love to be there.
Not us, I'm saying the media, I'm not sure who's hosting it, has a Republican debate. The first one is unofficially scheduled for May. Are we going to be seeing you?
I hope so.
All right.
I hope so. Yeah.
So, is it official?
The official...
The Johnson for President campaign.
No, it's, I'm a 501c4, and so I would be sideways with my legal status if I talked about running for office.
Ah, I see. So we can't quite get you a, is it 2012 yet sticker?
A lot of conjecture. It's very flattering.
Of course.
Like I said, I get to be a political activist. I get to raise money. I get to speak out on the issues of the day.
And that's always a great way to spread your message.
It is. Yeah. It is. Not a bad gig either.
All right. Thanks a lot, Governor Johnson.
Thank you.